The Flash. The fastest man alive has been providing high-speed thrills for readers for many years. Though different men have worn the scarlet suit, the Flash has always been one of DC's most popular heroes. Let's brace ourselves for a lightning-fast trip through the world of the Scarlet Speedster, his life, his loves, and his infamous rogues gallery. The citizens of Keystone City are able to sleep comfortably at night, knowing they are protected by the fastest man alive. While 4 heroes have assumed the role of the Flash, Wally West has become the most famous. West was one of 4 men to assume the mantle, following on from Garrick and the late Barry Allen. While temporarily confined to the Speed Force, the mysterious source of the Speedster's powers, Wally West himself was replaced by his own protege, the recently deceased Bart Allen, Barry's grandson. All of these speedsters had used their abilities to protect humanity from the evil actions of their many enemies, and came about their powers through distinctly scientific means. In Keystone City, there is even a museum erected to them all. It is a legacy forged through great care and preserved in honor by all who carry the name The Flash. It was the early days of World War II, and times were tough for many in America. Among them was college student Garrick, an aspiring American football star on the university level and an up-and-coming scientist as well. Unfortunately, Garrick's skills were better suited to the laboratory than the football field, and consequently he stopped playing the sport that he loved. One night, while working on an experiment involving heavy water, Jay inhaled fumes from a strange radioactive liquid and fell unconscious. Recovering in hospital, Garrick found the accident had made his metabolism quicker, giving him the ability to move almost as fast as the speed of light. Now dressed in a red tunic emblazoned with a lightning bolt, blue trousers, and a helmet evocative of the Roman god Mercury, Garrick became the first superhero known as the Flash. Garrick took his role as a superhero very seriously, and helped found 2 superhero teams, the Justice Society of America and the All-Star Squadron. He fought crime for several years before being placed in suspended animation for decades more. Garrick's adventures were chronicled in comic books, and the Flash's biggest fan was a police scientist named Barry Allen. One night, while Allen was working on the forensic evidence in a police investigation, lightning struck chemicals in the laboratory, covering him in a coat of electrically charged solutions. This chemical bath gave Allen the powers of speed he had admired in the stories of his childhood hero, and he took on the role of the Flash. A few short years later, Allen discovered that Garrick was a real person, albeit one who lived in a parallel universe on a planet called Earth 2. Allen used his speed to cross over to Earth 2 and became the first superhero to meet his parallel universe counterpart. It was the beginning of a long friendship between the 2 Flashes. Allen helped form a team of superheroes on Earth 1 called the Justice League of America, much as Garrick had helped him to form the Justice Society on Earth 2. He married his girlfriend Iris West and took her nephew Wally West under his wing. When a nearly identical accident to Allen gave West the same powers of speed, he took West on as his sidekick, Kid Flash. Tragically, Iris was killed by Professor Zoom, the Reverse Flash, and much later, when Zoom tried to kill Alan's new girlfriend on the day of their wedding, Barry Allen snapped his neck and was put on trial for murder. Following his acquittal, Alan was shocked to learn that Iris was not dead. She had been born in the 30th century, and her parents performed a psychic transplant to allow her spirit to be reborn in their time. The Flash followed her into the future, and together they had children, who became super speeders, the Tornado Twins. Soon after, Alan's life came to an unfortunate end, as he heroically sacrificed himself to stop the planet-destroying weapon of the Anti-Monitor during the multidimensional conflict called Crisis on Infinite Earths. At the end of this conflict, J. Garrick's Earth 2 history was merged with Earth 1's, bringing Garrick and the Justice Society into the same reality as the Justice League. Barry Allen's nephew, Wally West, was an idealistic teenager who looked up to the Flash as his hero. West was shocked to learn that the Flash's true identity was that of his own uncle, Barry Allen. Knowing how much Wally looked up to the Flash, Allen took the boy to his police crime lab, where lightning had struck the chemicals that gave him his powers. By an amazing coincidence, lightning struck those very chemicals again, as West was looking at them, and gave him the same powers his uncle used to fight crime. West became Barry's teenage sidekick, Kid Flash, and much like his predecessors, was an important part of a superhero team, the Teen Titans. Dressed in his yellow and red uniform, Wally West could run as fast as Garrick and Allen, and was a major asset to the Teen Titans. During the cataclysmic Crisis on Infinite Earths, West was heartbroken to learn of Allen's death. His mentor had paid the ultimate price to save the world, and in his honor, West made the decision to give up the role of Kid Flash and take on the mantle of his hero, the Flash. Now wearing the red uniform that Barry had made his own, West moved on from the Teen Titans to join the Justice League of America. To say that West had big shoes to fill is a tremendous understatement. Barry Allen's time as the Flash had become the standard by which all heroic speedsters would be measured. But the new Flash made a promise to himself that he would never disgrace Allen's memory. As the Flash, West's primary concern was protecting Keystone City. No matter which of his enemies attacked, West fought nobly and bravely to ensure that the citizens of his home city were safe. West had faced off against some of Allen's old foes, such as Captain Cold, an icy villain who West once helped back from the dead, Captain Boomerang, the Weather Wizard, Mirror Master, and the Trickster. Some of his most challenging opponents have been speedsters themselves, villains like the Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom, who wore a yellow-red suit that mirrored the uniform of the Flash, and his successor, Hunter Zolomon, who called himself simply Zoom, and once even tried to kill Wally's wife and unborn children. During his time in the Justice League, West had a special kinship to the second Green Arrow, Connor Hawke, and Earth's new Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. They had all taken over the heroic identities of their mentors, and were of the younger generation in the League. West had a similar relationship with his former Teen Titan teammates Nightwing, Dick Grayson, and Donna Troy. After Barry's death, West appreciated the guidance and advice of the first Flash, Jay Garrick. West often turned to Jay and his wife, Joan, to learn how to become a better hero. Like proud parents celebrating an adult child's success, Jay and Joan stepped back and enjoyed seeing Barry's protege come into his own. During his career as the Flash, West had a string of unsuccessful romantic relationships, but he eventually met a television news reporter turned med student named Linda Park. The two had a passionate relationship, and their love became West's greatest motivation for good. Once, when West had joined with the powerful Speed Force, his love for Linda helped guide him back to Earth and her side. Their love has been tested on numerous occasions, none more so than when Abracadabra erased her from history on her wedding day. After an epic adventure that crossed several realities, West and Linda managed to trick Abracadabra into reversing his spell, returning Linda to reality. Linda and West were married, and she soon became pregnant. An attack by Zoom caused Linda to have a miscarriage, losing the twins she was carrying. West turned to the Spectre for help, convincing the cosmic hero to wipe the knowledge of his secret identity from everyone's memories. The Spectre agreed, and for a while, no one knew of the Flash's true identity, including Wally West. Batman eventually helped West work out who he was, and the Flash was soon back on patrol. A time-traveling rematch with Zoom miraculously led to Linda's pregnancy being restored, and she gave birth to twins. It was thought that the twins might have had superpowers like their father, but before this could be determined, West was called into action to fight in what became known as Infinite Crisis. The survivors of the cosmic struggle that took Barry Allen's life had returned to wreak havoc on the universe that had been created by the merging of worlds at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths. With the very existence of life on the line, the heroes of our universe banded together to stop a misguided version of a young Superman known as Superboy Prime. Hearing of the calamity, West sprang into action as the Flash and went to help. In the middle of Superboy Prime's rampage, West teamed up with the new Kid Flash, Barry Allen's grandson from the future, and with their combined speed, as well as the help of speedsters like Johnny Quick and Barry Allen, trapped Superboy Prime in the Speed Force. In so doing, both West and Bart began to fade from our plane of existence, becoming one with the Speed Force. West was disappearing, but somehow appeared in front of Linda and the twins to say goodbye. A tearful Linda refused to let West leave her and the children, and carrying the twins, phased into the Speed Force with him. Young Bart Allen, upon his return from the Speed Force, stated that the family was still alive, though the Speed Force was gone. J. Garrick's powers, because they were not related to the Speed Force, still worked. Bart's, however, was seemingly no more. Bart Allen was the 30th century grandson of Barry Allen. Because of his incredible speed, fostered through his genetic relationship to Barry Allen and a connection to the Speed Force, Bart aged rapidly. He was raised within a virtual reality simulator until his grandmother, Iris Allen, brought him to our century. Here, Bart trained himself to utilize his abilities and joined the teenage crime-fighting team Young Justice, using the codename Impulse, which Batman had given him due to his impulsive nature. Alongside his Young Justice teammates like Robin and Wonder Girl, and like his mentor Wally West before him, Bart was a founding member of the new generation of Teen Titans. Bart changed his uniform to reflect the yellow suit West had worn years before as a member of the Titans, and carried his family's legacy proudly. Following the harrowing events of Infinite Crisis, Bart spent a couple of years living in another dimension with West, Linda, and their twins. Although virtually no time had passed here on Earth, Bart aged in this alternate reality, becoming an adult. He tentatively became the new Flash, utilizing his inconsistent connection to the Speed Force as the source of his powers. For a year, Bart Allen fought evil as the Flash, wearing a uniform that closely resembled his grandfather's. He had an on-off relationship with young scientist Valerie Perez. As with Alan's love for Iris and Wally's for Linda, it appeared that Bart's affection for Val would give him the strength to overcome all odds. This, however, was not meant to be. After a year of facing the rogues gallery he had inherited as the Flash, Bart Allen was confronted by the Black Flash, the dark omen of death for a speedster. Following a desperate battle against his evil clone Inertia, Bart was killed through a combined assault of his enemies, saving Keystone City in the process. At the same time as Bart was dying, members of the Legion of Superheroes, an intergalactic team from the future, had come to our time on a mission. Using their combined strength, and witnessed by the Justice League and Justice Society, the Legionnaires used their futuristic technology to bring West, Linda, and their twins back from the parallel world to our own. West was immediately given a spot in the new Justice League of America. Wally West is a superhero, and a father, and a husband. He will continue to fight against the evils that prey upon Keystone City, all the while raising his children as they enter the teen years and discover their own powers and abilities. He is the fastest man alive, the Flash.